Just doing a bit of research for the World Cup coming up. And what I'm going to talk about today is Australia's batting lineup for their first game of their campaign. So join me on Hoggs Vlog. Well, the Australian squad for this World Cup is going to be extremely hard to pick because we've got Warner and Smith coming back into the lineup. So Justin Langer and the selectors are going to have a tough time of it. But I've had to go out cracking this squad. Let's take a look. Warner and Finch out the top of the order. We've got Marsh, that's Shaun Marsh, and Smith 3 and 4. Then Hanscom, Stoinis, Carey, and we've got a fairly long tail of Cummins, Stark, Zampa and Hazelwood. On the bench I've got Nathan Coulter-Nile, Nathan Lyon, I've got Khawaja sitting on the bench as well, and it's going to be a touch and go. Whoever performs well in these final games for Australia leading into the World Cup between Turner and Maxwell, but I think Maxwell's got the nod out at the moment. Now let's take a look at this top order. Finch and Warner. Now Finch is under a lot of pressure. He averages in the just mid-30s at the present moment. He does extremely well in the first innings, but drops off in that second innings. But the thing that I think frustrates Aaron Finch is he struggles to rotate the strike. If he learns to rotate the strike, it takes the pressure off him and his partner out the end, but the pressure off him to play those big shots, look for the boundary way too often. Warner, look, exceptional in that first innings, averaging up in the high 70s, but then in that second innings drops off to 37. But they get Australia off to a good start when they get going. But if they don't get going, we've got Marsh and Smith to stabilise the innings in those middle periods. Shaun Marsh has got to learn to rotate the strike a little better against the spin, but if these two can stabilise bat for long periods, we know that they can finish well and finish in a hurry. Now, the reason why I've gone for Hanscom out 5 rather than Maxwell, I think Maxwell's had too longer time to show his worth in this team. He's still averaging under 30. He's had plenty of opportunities, and Hanscom is just finding his feet. He's starting to find his place in this team and he's feeling comfortable. Over the last year, he's averaging above 45, around about 47. So well done to Pete Hanscom. He's in the team. Now, Stoinis doesn't do well in the first innings, averaging 25 in that first innings, but blows it out in the high 60s in the second innings. So under pressure, he can come home, bring the game home for Australia in that second innings. So stick with him. And plus he's bowling, the all-rounder. He doesn't get too many wickets, but he keeps it nice and tight. So he's a valuable commodity in this team. Carey, number 7. I've still got my question marks about Carey, but he's finding his feet. He's a good leader. I like him as vice captain. The thing he's got to learn is just make sure he keeps that scoreboard ticking over when he first comes in those death overs, and make sure he gets the batter who's in on strike. If he can do that, Australia are going to go well in this World Cup. P.S. There's more. I forgot to talk about Khawaja. Now, Khawaja, how good is he going out at the moment? He's really taking his opportunity with both hands. He's putting pressure on Aaron Finch out the top. Look at his stats. Great numbers there, and he's just come off his maiden 100 over in India. So he's putting a lot of pressure on Finch. If Finch wasn't captain, they would have to make a tough decision on bringing Khawaja in instead of Finch. So Finchy, come on, please rotate the strike, get the numbers up, get the runs on the board, because we need you as a leader in this World Cup campaign, buddy. But Australians are looking good.